Hello, this is Lady B, the Queen of Wellness. I come before you with a new session. And before we get started with the session, we are going to do the meditation. And we know how we do it. So let's get started. We're going to breathe in, bringing our arms up to midair. And we're going to let our arms go down slowly, breathing out. Holding our shoulders back. Breathe in, bringing our arms up and letting it out slowly. Once again, breathing in, bringing our arms up and letting it out. I'm going to talk on the subject of today is encourage. You must encourage yourself. Encouraging yourself in order to encounter the encouragement. It is the vine, it is the weak, and it is the branches. It is the fiber that is fragile of the vessel. And they will be infected, more contaminated to the cure if it does not have healthy nutritional supplies. And that's going to moisturize the soil on a continuous base factor. Everything in the earth, it bounces and it is created for love, and it is affected. And without some kind of touch, it wills eventually willowing away, and then it becomes against a mighty fragile. And because it loses all of its stencils to hold up into the stormy weather. And well, in the daily development, the environment, life for victory, it is only the texture of the soul that will neglect to keep the water fresh to receive healthy smells. For it is the ravishing, flourishing, and even on all of the weather, seasoned towards the love, and is active, helping it to keep growing. And so you see, the flowers, the trees, the garden, and everything on earth, it is really just saying, I want to feel touched, to be encouraged, and to stay encouraged. And all we need to do is love, and all we need to do is ask, and all we need to be is sincere in our encouragement. It is a simple touch. Hands to clap hands to another hand. A gentle touch that is needed for every moment in the past and in the present to know this is important to encourage ones to have a touch. And it is not being sensitive. It is not being so unfeeling. It is simply to feel so you can remain to stay sensitive to the touch to encourage, and not a foster home secondary love either. It has been carried on for a long time, and now as it was designed, that was in the beginning. And it never was the imitation or a superficial in any way to communicate simple, inadequate love to encourage. The world wasn't designed plastic, sponge. Encouraging seems to have lost its touch, like cold showers with a don't care attitude without water running, and not even to approach sincerity effort to solve problems daily. And when has the disencouragement taken place? When we become isolated and in our own four walls, as to say, I run my own empire. Word up, and here is my words. And yet real encouragement, it is saying, problems has become the silent treatment of disenchanting a new form to conformed within a circle of gathering. And only text, not a phone call or drop by to say, hi, something to think about, huh? Real talk sitting in our four-room. Now we didn't create our own world to hurt only human beings, because once they had lost their will to the closed door to reopen it and reach out instead of creating a cold shoulder. To encourage is to touch, and it is important to keep touching until your last breath. Time and time again, encouragement has not been a self-mechanism. And while in your thoughts, think about others, you keep your thoughts close to yourself. Not even a word to express how you truly feel anymore without a concern to encourage someone of your thoughts. And turning away, being firm in how you feel, in your disposition, in your attitude, like a cowardly lion saying, I will lick my wound and you don't have to see me licking them. And so, in the recovery of being disencored of a plug-in, this is why so much is showing now today's world. We all need touch and not being isolated, not being where we can't communicate without picking up the phone, turning back the clock and how the clock used to run forward and not backwards. Encouragement, it is gathering hands, clapping hands, opening up hands, and giving a hug, being concerned about how one felt today, yesterday, and how would you take it into your future. Being sensitive, showing your emotions as what it used to be, neighbors, friends, and even strangers. And they become, as time go on, they have become the greatest of friends, because The encouragement was back in time, in the beginning of many centuries, for us to reach out and touch, not through metal things, not through devices, and not through isolation of walls, not through your pain that we all sometimes go through. We back then used to pick up the phone and let someone know when there was trouble, when there was an ailment going on with our children, with our relationship, even with someone that we hardly knew. We came out to rescue, and that was the encouragement that gave one self to another self to encourage with that one love. You see someone on the street, you didn't walk by, you didn't turn your head away, and if someone screamed out asking for help, it was not, you kept walking and turning your head as if you did not see the situation of being concerned. So it is important that we encourage each other in this time and even after, when the time ends, in every diversity, in every situation, in everyday life. It is important to water and keep watering life. That's what life means. In the beginning of time, there was always a water to grow a stem, a water to soil the buildings, and water to nurture and every fiber forces of a garden. And without encouragement, without touch, without being concerned, and without saying, I'm going to try this new approach and the wellness and be a Samaritan, be a caregiver, and be a charity of love, to say, it is not about me. It is about my neighbors. And a neighbor is not someone just next door. A neighbor is everyone that comes in your present, and even not in your present. The world, we are all neighbors to each other. So let's get back to the way life was created to be. One love, one breath, and one divine in the unit. To say into the morning of your day and into the evening and your afternoon that is about to end. Pick up where the ending of your day is leaving off. Pick up as if you are picking something that is very precious to you. Pick up and show a mightiness in you. Show a true careness in you. And let it be seen. Let it be known through the wellness and through the universe that comes back down into us, watering us down, always watering us down, always feeding us with life. But what are we giving? We have not been living in the purpose of encouraging one another. And where we are now at, it is the time to sit back, analyze, and recaptivate into your thinking of when the time do come for all of us to come back out and together as neighbors and friends and family Let us reflect in this quiet time of isolation that we are going to show kindness from this day forward, touching from this day forward, giving a smile and not being so angry like the world is not happening for you to live in. Live every day and love every part that you see. Once you are free to come back out into the world, we all are here to breathe life. And we're all here to give life. And we are all here to embrace from one hand, from one shoulder, from one back to the side, and to every way that we can give of ourselves. If it's giving a piece of bread, or giving a piece of fruit, a piece of meat, even a peanut butter sandwich, let it be done. Let us think a new thought. Let us think a new way from the universe. We were all taught how to be neighbors, how to be friends, and how to be as one family, putting the negative feelings aside, putting attitudes aside, holding on and holding on. Let today, let's cut the cord. Let's cut all of the cords. Let's come back to one love. Let it go. Free. It is letting it go. This is Lady B, the Queen of Wellness. I'm going to leave you for now, but never, ever. And I so shall be back very soon. I love you, and do not forget to subscribe to my page. Give me a thumbs up and a view if you like. Much love, and I shall return. Goodbye now.